Welcome people, it's your girl Adair and welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, please remember to scroll down below and hit that bell and subscribe. And for my continuous viewers, thank you for the support. So for this video, it's going to be somewhat informative as I will be sharing some of the requirements and the documents that you need to become an ESL teacher right here in China. Stay tuned. Welcome again guys. As I stated earlier, this video is going to be an informative one. I will be sharing with you all some of the requirements and documents that you need to become an ESL teacher. So I'm going to start off with sharing a little bit about myself. I am a teacher by profession. I'm from Jamaica and I have been living in China since 2018. So what made me decide to come to China? Well, for experience, for better opportunity, and the fact that I really wanted to pay off my student loans. So that kind of pushed me towards leaving to come here. I was employed at a prominent high school and my friend and I, we were doing some research and we were actually interested to teach overseas, and we came across a flyer that was advertising the fact that they needed teachers in China to teach English language, and I just decided to take that leap of faith and here I am. So first of all, why China? Honestly, I don't know. I just wanted to come here. So when I finally decided that yes, I want to come to China, I reached out to an agent who goes by the name of Richard. He's a Chinese, but he's living in Jamaica. I got in contact with him and immediately he sent me all the information that I needed. He asked me for my resume, he asked me for an introductory video, nothing long, like basically a minute, and he asked me for my degree and other qualifications. So I did my video, I fixed up my resume and I sent him everything, and with that he then reached out to different schools, and once the school is okay with what I have to offer after viewing my video, then he will send me the information and the documents that I need to gather. I'm just going to be honest, it is not an easy process. It's tedious, it's time consuming, it costs a lot of money. So firstly, to become an ESL teacher in China, you need a degree. I repeat, you need a bachelor's degree or a master's, and simple as that. And it doesn't matter the discipline. You can have your degree in science, you can have your degree in communication studies, in business, law, it does not matter. Once you have a degree, you are eligible to become a teacher. Okay, so for those of you who are already teachers, that's perfect. They are going to require a job letter from your current place of employment, and in that letter it's basically stating how long you've been working there, your position, and if they recommend you as someone who is reliable, good at what you do. And you need to have at least 2 years teaching experience under your belt. If you are not a teacher, then you will have to do the TEFL course. So that's basically an English examination. It's nothing difficult that you do, and once you pass, you get the certificate. That's perfect, that's good enough to allow you to teach here. Once you have your degree, you're going to take that degree and get it photocopied, because you're going to need the photocopied degree to be authenticated. So the first place you will get your degree authenticated, for teachers, I'm speaking to you, you'll be going to the Ministry of Education. They are going to authenticate your copied degree. So you need to take the original as well as the copied version. Next, you're going to take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs office. They as well will authenticate the document. And finally, you'll be taking it to the Chinese embassy. they need to authenticate it as well. So the 3 places that you will need to take your degree. Next document that you will need is a non-criminal certificate, and I believe this is valid for only a year. You can find the office at 34 Duke Street. If you are not sure of the address, you can always go online and get the information on the documents that you will need to take with you in order to get your certificate. I'm not quite sure, I remember the fee, but it basically looks something like this. And once you get this, there are 2 things you need to note. You need to get this authenticated. There are 2 places in which you will have to go to get your document authenticated. You need to take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs office, and they are going to authenticate your certificate. Once it's authenticated, you will go to the Chinese embassy and they will give you a stamp. It looks something like this. So you cannot go to the embassy until it is authenticated by the Foreign Affairs. So you'll have a long time to wait on your documents to be processed. You can use the time to go get your medical done. Your agent will send you a form, a medical form, and you can go to the nearest hospital and get this done. You have to do an HIV test, a syphilis test. You got to get a full check-up. You need to do x-rays and check your weight and all of that. And then your doctor will need to sign off and stamp and approve of you being physically able to travel overseas and teach. Okay guys, so another important document that you need for traveling, of course, is your passport. I had to get my renewed. I've never traveled, I've never used it, so I've had it, my mom took it out since I was yay high, so it was expired. I honestly do not remember the cost to renew my document. You will need to get at least I would say 8 passport size pictures. You're gonna need it for your medical, you're gonna need it to send to China, you're gonna need it for, I believe, your non-criminal certificate, so try to get as many as possible. Okay, so I think I've covered everything, so let's go through the list. You need your degree. Remember, it does not matter the discipline that it's in, and your degree must be authenticated by the Ministry of Education for those who are teachers, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Chinese Embassy. Secondly, you need a non-criminal certificate, and this needs to be authenticated by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Chinese Embassy. Next, you need a medical certificate, you need passport size pictures, and you need a valid passport. And for teachers with at least 2 years teaching experience, you need a reference letter from your place of employment, signed and stamped. Okay, so those are some of the documents and requirements that I needed when I was first coming to China in 2018. But you know, things have changed because of the global pandemic. China has put strict measures in place for those who are planning or wanting to come to China to teach and to live. It's not easy. There is one particular document that you will definitely need. It's called a PU letter, and that letter can only be attained by your employer. So your agent, your recruiter, they cannot get that letter for you. So the PU letter is basically a letter of invitation that your employer will need to apply for at the bureau, and once you get that, they will email it to you and you can take it to the Chinese embassy, and there you'll be able to attain your Chinese visa and come to China and become an ESL teacher. Once you've gathered all these documents, you are going to get them scanned, and once you scan them, you're going to send them to your agent, and he or she will tell you the next step to take. So the school in China, whichever school you will be going to, they will now have to use those documents to apply for your work visa. So they will apply at the bureau here in China, and it takes up to a month for them to approve your permit. It's not guaranteed. If your school's documents are not up to date, that can also be the reason for you not receiving a permit. So it's a very sticky situation. I applied to become an ESL teacher in China in January 2018, and I never got through until October of 2018. So as I said, it's a long process. It takes time and it takes a lot of money, because you'll be paying to authenticate the documents, you'll be paying to get copies of the documents, you'll be paying to get the documents scanned, you'll be paying to get your visa. So if you don't have a US visa, you can try the Canadian visa. If not, you can travel through Europe if you don't have any of those visas. Once you gather all your documents, everything is authenticated, you're going to take all your documents and go to the Chinese embassy to get your visa, and that visa is only valid for 1 month. I believe I paid roughly 7,000 mash for the visa. They actually did an interview with me, and they asked me why do I want to come to China, where I'm going, and so forth. And once everything is up to date, they will give you the visa. They don't normally turn away people, not to my knowledge. I'm just saying, I don't know. Okay guys, so this is it. Once you've reached the finish line, you've got all your documents and everything has been approved, you finally got your Chinese visa and you're ready to go. Some tips: you do not need to pack a lot of things. I did not know. Like, I came to China with probably 6 suitcases. Why? I don't know. Because they sell everything. I packed everything that you could think of, down to an iron. I'm like, why did I pack an iron? Of course they sell iron in China. So you don't need a lot of things. Pack winter clothes. You need to pack sweaters. I had no idea this place was cold. I came here in winter, so I was not prepared. I did not have any winter clothes, so I had to purchase coats and scarf and anything you can think of to keep me warm. You also need to change your money to US currency, because the Jamaican currency cannot be used in China. Once that is done, when you get to China, you can always change your money to the yuan currency, which is the name of the Chinese currency. You don't really have to worry too much. The school normally arrange to pick you up at the airport. So once you leave Jamaica, you get to America, and then get to China, someone will be there to pick you up and take you to your apartment or to the school. I traveled for 3 days. Letting you all know from now, the flights, the experience was bumpy. I was exhausted, I was hungry, because once I made it to China Airline, the food was not it for me. I was starving. I was in the plane for like, I think maybe 13 hours, 14 hours, I don't even remember, but it was so long. I was exhausted. 3 days, guys. I was traveling for 3 whole days. Once you have landed in China, yes, you made it, you have a lot of things to do, so do not get comfortable. You have 1 month in which you have to attain your work permit and your residence permit. So once you arrive, within 72 hours of arrival, you need to be registered at the local police station in your city. Guys, I'm going to share a story with you. I did not know this information. My school did not know that information either, because I was the first foreign teacher there that would be going through the process. I almost got arrested, guys. I was freaking out. I was crying because they were saying that I overstayed and we should have known this. I did not know this, my school did not know this, and I almost got arrested. So we were back and forth at the police station. They took me around the back and they gave me something with my name on, and they told me to turn to the left, they told me to turn to the right, return to the front with my name tag. Like, I'm a criminal. What is going on? They drew my blood. They took my fingerprints. Like, they even had me in an interrogation room. The school had to hire a professional translator. Like, it was, guys, it was just horrible. They interrogate me and I had to sign documents, and so they gave us a warning and the school was fined, I believe 2,000 yuan. School paid that because I didn't have any money. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. So that was my first and ever police record. I don't even have a police record, about a criminal record in my country, and I have a criminal record here in China. Can you believe it? So yes, story of my life. I was bummed out about that, and I have learned my lesson since. So yes, once you've been registered, you need to go and get your medical done, and to get the results it takes up to 2 weeks before you get back your result. You do a full workup. You get your blood tested for different things, you do a CT scan, you do ultrasound, they do P-test. It's a lot. That's all I'm telling you, it's a lot. So you get back your results, your medical results. You will go to the specific office in your city to apply for your work permit. The school will take their documents, and you need to take your documents as well, your original degree, copies of that, passport size photo, everything basically take with you. They will apply for your permit, which also takes, I believe, 2 weeks. Mine took 2 weeks. So once you get that, you will go to the bureau, and at the bureau is where you will apply for your residence permit. Your resident permit can be for 1 month, 3 months, 1 year. A little advice, guys: when you could get to China, do not let your employer force you or tell you to start working before you get your work permit. That is illegal, guys. Do not start working until you get your work permit. China is very, very strict, and the school or anyone else in your city may report you, and you can get deported, you can be fined, you can serve jail time, who knows. So very important to know. So I just want to say, wish you luck to all the persons who have applied to come here to become ESL teachers. Can't wait to have you here, guys. Hey my people, we have come to the end of another video. I do hope I was able to shed some light. I was able to provide some important information that you all were seeking. If you do need any further assistance, you can always reach out to me in the comment section. Do take care of yourself, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you. Remember to subscribe.